Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Rise and Fall. I think we're probably gonna have to take out one or both of the other players on our island. I'm really worried about where Geopolitics is gonna get with this start. She probably has one more city, right? There's probably a city like here-ish. There has to be, yeah, because these tiles are out of range of the capital. So we're looking at 8 cities from her already. It's turned 88, and she has more than double our city count. In part because there's just not enough territory over here for us to found anymore. I believe, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So all this stuff is unsettlable because of Amsterdam. All of this stuff is unsettlable because of Tilburg. I wish I would have gotten a city down where she put Bima. It's nice. She put Bima in like an actual good spot, though, so when we take it over, we can keep it instead of having to burn it. That's nice. So we have to find more city locations. We have to find more places to settle. But we also have to be thinking ahead about how we're going to deal with this. It's not necessarily going to be anytime soon, although I do note that she has no walls on any of her cities. But I'm thinking that the way we're going to do this is probably through a naval force rather than a ground military. In part because we have a unique ship coming up, and we haven't really done a lot of boat stuff in the series anyway. It'll be good for us. And secondly, the terrain, like the routes to her cities, is a real bummer. We can use these roads at least. We might want to run a trade route from Tilburg to her just once, just to get proper road established through this jungle patch. But anyway, for right now, our focus is going to be on continuing to increase yields and trying to find more spaces to settle in. You know, we could start with Peter, I guess. That's fair.
I don't believe in astrology. I'm a Sagittarius.
So what's up with Peter? Peter has a couple of large cities that we can see. I would not expect an AI this late in the game to only have 2 cities, so my guess is he has found other land to settle. We should we should see if we can't figure out where that is. Okay, Geopolitics declared war on Peter. Boy, I really don't need her taking over all of his stuff. That said, if this war can be inconvenient to both of them, that would be cool. So I think we're passing on this great scientist as well. It's just a really bad one for us. We are not exactly going deep on holy sites this game. There are good great scientists, I promise. I don't know where they all are, but they do exist.
Set your course by the star.
Alright, the ability to build harbors is important. Alright, I didn't figure there'd be anything down here worth settling on. Remember, though, like, almost any location that has a river can be valuable to us. So, if we're thinking about military stuff, we're thinking about naval stuff in particular, I do want to get bronze working. We're going to need an encampment, probably in Tilburg. And then we need to get to square rigging. We need to get to our unique unit. It has almost 70 range strength when attacking defensible districts, which means, like, what's... Okay, it's it's almost as good at dealing damage to cities as a battleship is. There's a whole era in between those 2 units. So, this thing is going to be important to us. How do we... It's actually a pretty straight line, huh? It's a lot of turns of research. We might be better off grabbing universities on the way over. Yeah, mathematics is nice too, huh? Alright, let's, how do we boost this? Build 2 harbors, kill a unit with a musket. That's probably not going to happen. But we might build 2 harbors. We certainly have 2 places where we can build harbors. Yeah, let's try not to fall behind on science. That said, cartography does let us look for land more effectively. Now, I think it's a good idea to get access to universities. definitely need more production in that city. No, aren't you already at war with Peter? Did that end already?
Invincibility lies in...
Nope, Persia's pillaging enemy harbors. Cyrus is at war with somebody. Cyrus is at war with the mysterious sixth player. Alright, so we could build a harbor here. We probably should... We don't have the money, but we probably should build a harbor. I think, honestly, we should build Amsterdam's harbor over here, though. Because we already have the ability to put out naval units on the north side of the continent. So what would it cost to buy that tile? Yeah, it's 135. I knew that. Also, Amsterdam needs food. So we have 14 food from our tiles. Each citizen that you have in the city consumes 2 food per turn. So, unfortunately, we are stagnating. It'll help a little bit once we have better farming technology. We'll immediately gain access to some food. I'm wondering if I should just... I can't buy the tile, though. I was going to say if we should just build a commercial hub. Well, we do need an industrial zone as well. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm... As much as our the citizens are not going to love losing the food here, +3 is a pretty good location for an industrial zone, and obviously it's in range for its buildings to eventually extend benefits to these 2 cities. In general, it's important to be good at building things. Alright, so we need... Do really want to get Pingala online here. I wonder if we should get Pingala, put him in Amsterdam, move Magnus over to Tilburg, maybe? Although moving Magnus to Tilburg is going to screw up our trade routes a little bit. We'll have to like refigure some things. We could also work some more on Reyna. We're a little ways off of being able to build that harbor, though, right? Because we already have 2 districts. The theater square is after the campus here. So we need to be at 7 pop before we can build this very good harbor that we want to build. Yeah, I think we have time to grab Pingala. And I'm pretty sure that it makes sense to put him in Amsterdam, where his base thing is that he boosts the science and culture output of a city by 20%. Yes, let's put him in Amsterdam. We'll move Magnus over. This weird graphical glitch with the buttons on that screen for some reason. And we will not send an envoy to Candy. There's absolutely no reason to do that. And remember when we knew about a bunch of other city-states? Remember what that was like? Okay, we get our first great writer. Not too long after having finished our amphitheater. I say we are not exactly killing out on era score so far. We need to make some headway.
Time rolls ever forward without a pause.
It's true, it does. It does do that. All right, Amsterdam is now actually negative on food, right? Since we moved Magnus out. What do our worked tiles look like? So citizens can work your districts and will produce yields from that district. This guy is making 2 science. We could have him making 2 food instead, and in fact, I think we probably want to. What's Tilburg working? Tilburg has some pretty good tiles. We're also working some unimproved stuff. We just don't have enough land. Yeah, we need more tiles in total. Alright, I think I'm going to steal this from Tilburg. Try to fight off the negative growth. Then Tilburg needs... Is Amsterdam working that jungle tile? It is. We need the food. I guess I'll leave it. That slows Tilburg's growth very slightly, but it makes Amsterdam not negative anymore. All right, we need amenities, and we need housing in Tilburg. This is a nice area. Like, to the point that I wonder if it's worth settling here just for, like, Fish on Reef is a pretty good tile. Also, we're desperate for more land. That plays into it. Absolutely not. What are you thinking? That was kind of a lot of gold per turn.
Without mathematics...
I don't know. Maybe that actually was a good idea. Alright, triggers the Eureka moment for one random tech from the Medieval or Renaissance era, and lets wounded units heal more each turn for the rest of the game. That is a great person I will take. Alright, well, we got a boost to military tactics. I'm not going to lie. That's not the one I was hoping for. Oh, this thing is not updating in real time. We did just get a great scientist, so education is boosted. I'm seeing an awful lot of Orthodox Russian crosses. How's the religious victory going? Well, he just has himself and me. Makes me a little nervous, but I guess we're probably not in any danger.
The rising world of waters dark and deep.
Look, it's a thing. It's not a very good natural wonder, but it does give us an era score for finding it, which which I do value. Alright. Now we have a better picture of the geopolitical scene, if we can just figure out where she is exactly. There's more land down here than I thought. I kind of, based on the way the land was drawn, or the fog of war was drawn, I kind of thought the edge of this continent was like this. Didn't realize there's a whole thing down here. We might be able to settle down here somewhere. Guitarja will protect us from the wrath of the other players. I kind of wish this was like Endless Space, where you could, you and an ally could win the game together. Because I think that Guitarja and I could work together. We could get some stuff done. You know, I didn't send her an envoy because we don't really have the money to spare, and I didn't think it mattered. But she immediately went friendly to us. And we are not meeting her agenda at all, which means we're probably meeting her hidden agenda. Huh. Well, listen, I'm not exactly a mathematician, but my understanding of math is that these numbers add up to be negative, so I'm a little confused about this. Is she engaging some... She might be employing some kind of deceit? Alright, well, the only person that... The people that she doesn't really get along with are people who hate us anyway, so... I'll take a declaration of friendship where I can get it. I do not think that this is going to turn out to be a situation like that very unfortunate... Oh, hey, we met another city-state. That very unfortunate alliance with Alexander in the last game. We met a new city-state, and it's a good one. It's a give-me-production city-state. That's my favorite kind. We definitely sink the envoy there. The unique bonus is very good. Unfortunately, Genghis Khan already has 9 envoys in it. An inspiration for naval tradition. That's in here, right? Kill a unit with a quadrireme. Well, that feels unlikely. So it looks like maybe we don't need a harbor on this side of the continent anyway. The Bima is the only thing it would be useful against. I guess Armagh is close enough to the coast that we could park a naval unit here and fire over. Well, man, I certainly want to make a market. First of all, we could use the money. But 14 turns is forever. We're having that production problem again. Builders, we need builders. We're working too many unimproved tiles, and it is bad for us. We need to fix it. So we're very close to having alliances available. I think I will ally immediately with Cleopatra, if she will let me. I see no downside to that at all. Builders. We just need lots of builders. I don't know about allying with Guitarja, because again, this may become a situation, right? Alright, first of all, let's step over here to our policy tree. Our campuses are really good for us right now. We don't have enough housing even with Insulae. Although, to be fair, the city that we didn't have housing in didn't actually have 2 districts, right? And in fact, it still doesn't have 2 districts. I'm thinking I'd really like to build an encampment in Tilburg, like here. Encampments have a 2-tile attack range. It would be able to attack every land tile on to the west of it, and also it would be a serious threat to Bima. So I think that's what our next bit of gold is going toward, me buying this tile. So we'll get a 2nd district in Tilburg. Which is to say that Insulae can probably stay. Urban planning is starting to look a little bit soft, and we'd almost certainly be better off doing this. At least for right now. I don't think we need the extra great people points from these. We seem to be doing just fine on scientists and writers. Yeah, and we just don't... We don't really have a lot of meaningful green policies. Alright. The 2 builders might be good enough. And I'm kind of thinking, like... The whole point of these builders is to help us get more more production and more food, I guess. It makes sense to build a workshop. Plus, the workshop will give us extra great engineer points, which will be helpful. Nobody has produced any. So, this doesn't update in real time either, but this, we have now 3 great engineer points. 1 from the district, and then another 2 from the fact that the district is in the same city as the Netherlands. Yeah, the Netherlands. It is in the same city as the Netherlands, but you know what I mean, the Oracle. Also, the Oracle looks really cool. It's just like, man, all of the Wonder graphics are so good, and the district graphics are so good. All of the art stuff in this game is so good. We need guilds. We also need exploration, but like we actually have places to build polders, and our polders will be adjacent to other polders for a change. Like this is good. Can we build a polder on a reef? It probably requires us to take apart the reef. Okay, flee from the barbarian caravel. That is a terrifying thing for a galley to encounter.
It is the mark of an educated...
Alright, we are going to square rigging next. Alright, so we just have to manual our boat a little bit. Until the threat of the barbarian caravel is gone. We still haven't managed to get these diamonds either. I'm not really that worried about these archers. Okay, well, since this barbarian camp is not on the coast, it can't actually produce naval units, and I believe barbarian units will not embark and cross water to attack other landmasses, so I think that barbarian camp is just completely irrelevant. I'm very curious what's over here. We're waiting until we have cartography, probably. Alright, they're starting to build walls. That's not really that big of a deal. Ships do damage to cities sort of the same way that siege weapons do. I'm not too worried about the cities having walls. We just got to make sure that we have a combat strength that is capable of fighting with those cities. Which is to say that we need our unique unit. It'll take quite a while for them to get cities that are good at defending from something that hits them for like 70. Alright. So this city needs a little bit more food. And as much as we are doing great work stuff, like I wonder if we might be better off trying to build a university here over the amphitheater. How long until we get the next great writer? Actually, not that long from now. Oh, this is a good great scientist. We are actually leading on great scientist points. Yeah. Instantly builds a university and all your universities forever provide +2 science is pretty good. We're getting massively outproduced on great merchants. Great merchants are actually important to the culture victory. There are a number of great merchants that give you tourism in various ways. So we do care about this. Yeah, it might make sense for Amsterdam to build a... Man, to have our highest production city not be able to produce naval units would be a mistake. And it does feel a little silly to build a harbor and a commercial hub, but maybe we will. Because you cannot, you can't get a trade route from both. You get a trade route from one or the other. So I'm thinking we need to... We really have a lot of options for improving our production output in this city. Yeah, neither of these tiles are hills. Do we have lumber mills? I don't think we do, right? Yeah, they're down here on machinery. Unfortunately, the way we're going to improve production in this city is getting to 7 pop, building the harbor, and then building 2 structures in it, which means that it's going to need to be boosted with effort from other cities. So for right now, let's make this worker a building farms in the capital worker. Man, oh man, do we need food. Alright, we're 4 turns off of naturally acquiring the diamond tile. I guess that works. Yeah, we'll just come over here and build a farm. I think I'm going to try to get the great scientist to build the university here. Let's go for the amphitheater after all. What are we going to do with all this faith? I guess we're just going to bank it and buy a naturalist with it. Yeah, we're pretty much just building farms everywhere, right? We're not too far off of the ability to build polders. Wait a minute, did I not... Yeah, I didn't actually go get bronze working. That would be a good idea. So I guess we'll start putting a little bit of effort towards something. We could bank like a turn or 2 of production. I get 1 turn of production toward naval ranged unit, and then when we get the ability to build our unique, that little bit of production will already be on here. I think that's probably a good way to go. Also, I mean, we do need to build the market. We will do this as well. We don't really have a good campus location. We would want to buy one of these tiles for the campus. Now, let's put a little bit of time into the market. Hey, Cleopatra is eliminated from the game. We saw a thing that she had negotiated, that their war had ended. I took that, I wasn't looking up here. I took that to mean that she had negotiated some peace, but apparently what happened is she was killed. So there goes our ally. Are they still at war? They are no longer at war. She has founded a terrible city way too close to him, and she's just going to lose it. We still don't know what's up with Alexander's empire, or where all of his cities are. I gotta say, I do not feel super great about our position here. I'm just wondering, like... I'm wondering whether we do want to pursue this path of war against her. I think we do. I think we're too bottled up. Our empire is going to remain small, and we haven't found any really good land. We can settle somewhere over here to take advantage of copious sea resources. We do the same, like, up here. But if we do this stuff, she's going to hate us anyway. Yeah, alright. I think we are pursuing a war footing here. I think the plan should remain unchanged. I absolutely will not give you my great work in exchange for some horses. What am I going to do with horses, dude?
With the advance of feudalism came the growth of iron armor, until, at last, a fighting man resembled an armadillo.
Okay, feudalism was good for us. That immediately improved all of these farms that we've just been putting down, which means that both of these cities should be much better off in terms of food. We are 8 turns off of guilds. We unfortunately are definitely not going to get that boost. She may interpret this as an aggressive act, which, you know, is reasonable. So we lost our extra production toward builders card, which is fine. We're going to take it off anyway. What will we replace it with? Well, if we're keeping insulate, we can just move insulate here, and now we have all of these cards available to us. The Great Scientist that is up right now is one that's pretty important to us. I don't feel bad slotting that. Remember, it's not just about beating them to it, it's by beating them to it by enough that they can't just use patronage to steal it from us. Alright, he's still way behind us on that. And I'm wondering if I maybe want to just hold some of these builder actions, like establish the 3 polders as quickly as possible once we can do that. We could just build another builder for that, though. So what, we could farm here, we could farm here and here. But we definitely need to improve the tiles around Nijmegen. And we are working this... Yeah, we should put down an improvement. There's no reason for us to work an unimproved tile. Let's get the extra point of resources. Oh, hey, every Persian caravel. I'd be lying if I said that wasn't making me at all nervous. Okay, somewhere a barbarian camp spawned. I'm not terribly worried about that. Obviously, there's not... not a lot of places for camps to spawn that are threatening to us. I guess a barbarian camp spawning adjacent to coast does mean that they can produce naval units, which can be a problem for me. Some of this stuff is definitely going to get replaced. Are we still working tundra tiles in the capital? We are not. We have like exactly enough tiles to not have to do that. So that being the case, it's not really valuable to improve the tundra tiles, which means this worker might be producing a polder. You have one build left. You'll build a farm. I don't know what we're going to do with these tiles. I don't think we can actually improve them right now. We could clear the trees and stuff, but I don't think that's valuable. So yeah, I guess you just wait here. It is important to get the improvements, though. Like, even in situations where, like, building a farm is one extra food, that's still resources that you need. Oh no! Oh. We discovered this village. We might get it. Also, it might not be safe for our poor slinger to run up there. Alright, we will build the university here. We only have slot for one great work here, so we might actually want to trade off a great work. I guess we're going to have another great work slot in 11 turns, 2 more. Maybe we could just hold on and enjoy all of the extra culture. Oh, I need to do this too. Alright, you. Alright, that mine has been very helpful. That is a great tile now in a city that was a little bit starved for great tiles. You know what? I'm willing to sacrifice this slinger. Or a trader. Huh. Well, we don't actually need a trader. I think I'm going to swap you over to Nijmegen. Remember, we want to run trade routes to Tilburg now? Probably. I guess it'll depend. The industrial zone over here might make that not true. But unfortunately, we can't actually run both of these trade routes. So you are just going to go to sleep. We only have one trade route slot. We're working on getting another one. Sort of. Slowly. Alright, so Indonesia has caravels. It's not going to be an easy naval takeover, unfortunately. Yeah, that terrible city of Jambi has flipped to being a free city, because of course it has. When we have enough envoys to go to 3 here, we do want to do that. The extra +2 production, since we now do have a workshop. 3 turns off of polders. And obviously we are not going to fight a swordsman with our slinger. Just keep exploring. So it turns out Amsterdam and Tilburg are the same outputs, but we don't have a road that goes straight from here to here, and we might want that. So let's go ahead and run that route. We can explore this way a little bit. Or no, we can't. The deep water goes right up to Cyrus's border. And obviously he will not be giving us open borders. Can we ingratiate ourselves a little bit with Genghis Khan? Boy, we don't know any of the factors in his thinking. We've got to figure out what his agendas are. I didn't think that would work. Well, we could open our borders to him. Give him a little gift. See if we can't get on his good side. Alright, back in the water with you. It's a shame that her capital is built... Oh, actually, this might be... Is this coast or a lake? Okay. So we can attack from this side. We gotta figure out the terrain over here. That's what this galley is going to do. And in 7 turns, our other galley can actually start exploring the world. Also, we're really not doing great on era score. We only need 6 points to get a normal age, but We're running out of time, and we're not doing a lot of things to generate era score. This is the danger of a heroic age, or a golden age of any type, is that you have fewer sources of era scoring. However, the polder is certainly going to help. We definitely want to keep pushing promotions for him. The theater square thing is probably better in the long term, but the campus thing is useful right now. Alright, so now that we have the polder, I think we want to head toward exploration. Humanism is also tremendously important, because obviously museums are a big deal. And we're actually quite close to it. You know, we'll grab that. Medieval fairs will give us the governor title that we need to double our great people points out of Amsterdam, which will be great, obviously. Carthage has redeclared war on Peter. They get a real Sam and Diane thing going. I didn't actually watch Cheers. Did Sam and Diane try to kill each other periodically? Alright, it does look to me like we will definitely get this great person. I mean, some patronage nonsense could still happen. The AI has a lot of money and a lot of faith all the time. But I'm hoping we don't get sniped here. This would be... Isaac Newton is a very good great person, and particularly very good in our situation. Our culture output is okay. Could be better. Boy, I wish we had more cities. We might have to settle in some, like, army locations if this war thing doesn't work out pretty quickly. We're just about to have another amphitheater, but I could let that amphitheater sit empty until we have another great writer, and just have our current great writer pop their other charge to replace this. 12 gold per turn for 30 turns is actually, I think that's worth pursuing. Plus, a little bit of positive interaction with Cyrus is good for us as well.
New grass.
Alright, so we just replace that. We have a rainforest tile in the city, so we can build Chichen Itza. I don't think it's probably worth doing. Let's make a builder and get those polders finished, huh? Yep, and mostly we are just waiting now. So yeah, with this extra money, we'll be able to hopefully purchase a naval unit. Like, at least a reasonable portion of a naval unit. Your delegation is most welcome, in fact. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a new friend. A friend I could have an alliance with. It doesn't really matter what type of alliance I get at first, I suppose. Like, none of the, well, actually a military alliance might be relevant. Let's have one of those. Let me guess, you want 1 gold per turn? You drive a hard bargain, man. Actually, do you also want some oranges? What about just some raw gold? Again, I'm worried that we're not going to be able to build our naval units as fast as I would like. So let's see if we can, over the course of a couple of deals here, try to make enough money to at least be able to purchase 1. Alright, there we go. Or, you know, to be able to purchase trade routes or something. This harbor is going to be a big deal. Okay, we are not going to renew our friendship with Katarja. Man, our science really has jumped up over the last couple of turns, huh? So all we need is one era point to avoid Dark Aging. I'd be a little nervous about going into a Dark Age here, especially if she Golden Ages. And she's coming out of a Dark Age, so she very well might. Are we going to get a Great Writer soon? Yeah, okay, we'll get a Great Writer before the era end. That'll provide us with our 1 point. I just don't want to have to deal with loyalty issues in Tilburg. Although, I guess Tilburg has a governor. It probably wouldn't really be a problem. And Katarja has successfully constructed a city for Peter. Terrible. Terrible play. The AI clearly does not understand how the loyalty systems work. So we can move over the deep water now. Unfortunately, the benefit of that is somewhat limited. Hey, this is not a bad spot for a city. Look at that. That's got some actual tiles. Alright, we're going to build some more polders. That lake is going to get pretty alright. And here, what we need more than anything else is food. I'd really love it if we could get to 10 population relatively quickly. We have the production to actually build stuff in this city now. We need to get to harbor building. We need to put a harbor down here. Alright. So we lost Insulae, and it's been replaced with Medina Quarter. This is actually not better for us in most places than Insulae was. That's a shame. I think I'm going to take... maybe take Craftsman? Thing is, we can't build ships in the capital. The capital is the only place that benefits from Craftsman, although it would be 3 extra production, which is a significant boost. What we really need is more trade routes. We need the ability to move our production around more effectively. The capital can't build a district. Okay, here's what we need to do. We need to buy this market. We just need to get this going. So I'm going to buy this market when we have time, or when we have money. That's how we'll use our money for now. We'll build the trader in Amsterdam. We'll run the trader from Amsterdam to Tilburg, which will help push the population of Amsterdam up. We can definitely build the harbor once we have the population to afford it. So I guess what I'm saying is, I don't have any idea what to put in this slot. Our Theater Square adjacency bonuses are big. Yeah, it's probably just get a ton of culture for right now. Okay, well, I mean, there's a whole landmass over here. Definitely want to get grants from you. Alright, I don't know if this naval attack plan is going to work out. It may be that we just don't have the ability to survive a war with her, but I also think we will lose if we don't do something pretty drastic, so let's do something pretty drastic. Plus, she has all these wonders, and she's always building more wonders. Wouldn't it be nice if we had those wonders? Man, this lake has become pretty valuable territory. Get our great writer, and then we can fill up the amphitheater in Tilburg, or Nijmegen rather.
Flowers surround me.
So what do you build in the meantime? We're only a couple turns off of having that I want another city, and we have some locations now where we can put it down, but I don't want to build a settler in Amsterdam because I do not want to lower the population in Amsterdam. So I guess we just build defensive units. Yeah, we could do with a couple more units, I suppose. Well, we found Russia. We discovered Russia. Good job, everybody. Well done. I don't think I do want to build a polder there. I think that's where Tilburg's harbor might eventually go. And Tilburg probably doesn't need extra... Yeah, Tilburg's just fine as it is on tiles to work. Why don't we come and build a polder over here instead?
I fan myself.
I feel a lot better about, like, we're actually using our polders. We're planning to actually use our unique unit. I feel a lot better about, like, we're playing the Netherlands more this game, which is nice. Okay, so this is the turn we can buy that market. Means at the beginning of next turn, actually no, we don't have to buy a trade or build a trader. That's right. We have this extra trader that we got from that ruin somehow. Sorry, they're not ruins in this game. That tribal village. Okay, so she has a lot of caravels. They're out of position to defend her stuff, but caravels are fast. That's kind of their whole thing. Russia is trading with Indonesia, so I guess the war just ended? We're on another great person already? Oh, nice. Okay. I don't know what wonder we're going to go after, but we will definitely go after some wonder at some point. I guess we could use that to try to get Apadana. I don't really want Apadana. I guess it has 2 great work slots, but maybe we should save this for a more meaningful one. Like we could try to build a mausoleum here. It has a base cost of 400 production, and that's actually, I believe we produce 200 production per charge. So we could just take it. We could just make the whole thing. Yeah, why don't you go rest over here? Alright, you need to run a trade route to whatever produces the most food, which, surprise, surprise, is Tilburg. Well, I think you need to come home. Get ready to get upgraded to a caravel, maybe? I don't know how expensive that'll be, but that's something we gotta consider. 270 gold. Do we yet have access to... No, we don't. A professional army will obviously make it much more feasible for us to upgrade our 2 galleys into caravels. I'm just gonna queue this up. Naval tradition is actually pretty okay for us. I was looking, where is the card that lets us produce naval units more cheaply? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Fortunately, our culture output is such that it will not take us long to complete this line. Culture is important. It's like science, sometimes. In some ways. So... You know, to be perfectly honest, I think we might run campus research grants in this city. We're kind of just waiting on population growth. Our ability to conduct war is somewhat bounded by science right now. Although it's also bounded by culture, right? We do need to... Yeah, let's go for the culture instead, actually. Let's try to push toward our new government type more quickly. Because actually, I don't think we are going to find ourselves bound by science. I think we're going to finish square rigging. Yeah, your embassy is a welcome addition. Especially since that means we got paid. I think we're gonna want our policy card that lets us produce the ships more quickly. I probably want to be careful not to accidentally circumnavigate the globe here. I think we are going to go for that Mausoleum of Halicarnassus play. So we'll just set you up in the position to do the thing. There was something I was going to do, and now I don't remember what it was. The problem I frequently have in these games. We should check out our Great People growth. So we have 9 Great Engineer points per turn. We're on 20 Great Scientist points. We're not going to get this Great Scientist, but we might get the next one. Mongolia might beat us to the next one. It's a pretty big gap to overcome. I guess we are producing a lot more points than he is. Alright, we are killing it on Great People points. Unfortunately, Russia's still a problem. Well, Russia's not that much of a problem. We can deal with them later. Alright, that's like an okay tile. It's a bad farm with a gold on it. I'll take that. Also, it's very pretty. Alright, we're about to finish this. I don't know. I don't even know what Tilburg. You know what we need is walls, actually. You know what we need is masonry. We'll come back to the square rigging. That's what we need, is we need to start building walls in our cities. Because if we declare war on her and we don't have walls, things are going to get really ugly really quickly. Our city combat strengths are also very low, but that will change as soon as we build some military units. Like once we make the ships. I want to be careful not to circumnavigate the globe. Like I said, we want to do that in a new era. Right now, the era score from circumnavigation would just be wasted. Well, we have the population to put up a harbor, if I wanted to. Man, we just need production. Like, to the point where I think maybe we should put down an industrial zone. I wish we had enough money for this. Alright, is there something I can do for a turn that won't feel like a total waste? Let's bank a turn of production on a good naval unit, I guess. Man, that's a lot of gold. We're not going to have any more great writer slots for a while. Or, great work slots for a while. You know what? I'll do this. That's a lot of gold. I don't know why he's so desperate to have a great work, but I'm going to take advantage of it. It's too much gold to turn down.
When wasteful war...
Alright, hey everybody. We have masonry. Eight turns. Man, this city needs an industrial zone. We're going to have to run trade routes out of Tilburg. Things are going to have to get reshuffled. We only have 10 production. Unfortunately, like, we've done what we could as far as industry goes. We need to get to replaceable parts in a real hurry. Alright, I think I'm better off buying this, putting this down. I should have put it here, I guess? The reason I say that is that we could put the theater square here, and then potentially a wonder could be built here. But also, I could not build a theater square on this river. Not worry about the adjacency bonus stuff. And instead, eventually get this tile and put a mine on it to boost the industrial zone, which actually is probably better. Right, you just wait. Be patient. A couple of turns. Don't worry, your time will come. Alright. So here's the question. Are we committing to this +1 era each time you kill a non-barbarian naval unit? Do I think... How much time is in this era? 40 turns. Do I think we're gonna get some value out of that? I think we have to do... We do not have 40 turns. Like, right? We have to conduct our war faster than that. We're gonna get nothing out of this. We're gonna get very little out of this. Actually, I guess that's not true. We're going to immediately get 2 points. But I don't think much more. Reform the coinage will probably be like a handful. This will be better if we discover a new continent or a natural wonder, even beyond worrying about how much we get out of naval units.
The 4 characteristics of humanism are curiosity, a free mind, belief in good taste.
The Taj Mahal is a rough one for us because we really, really want to use all of our we really want to use all of our river spots for districts. It's not going to be the case for all Netherlands societies, but it is definitely the case for us. So what do we want to do here? Do I want to just leave things as they are? We have a lot of culture that we need to get. And our campus, our Theater Square district adjacency bonuses are very large. Merchant Confederation's no good for us. We really don't... We have like 2 envoys placed. I think I would rather have Charismatic Leader still for generating more envoys. Do we want to keep the Great Scientist running? Or do I want to switch to a different purple card? I gotta say, this is not blowing my mind. We're still definitely running the Great Engineers. We don't have a lot of use for most of the types of great people. Yeah, okay, so I think we could drop that purple card for something else. Like another economic slot or something. Honestly, like +1 production in all cities, it's not nothing. You just get more money. Although this is +2 gold. It would be worse than caravansaries for more money. Craftsman's pretty good, actually. So we'll real quickly here hang out an art museum. This is going to give us 4 great artist points per turn, because remember, Pingala's doubling all of our great people points here. So that will put us on top of great artists. But maybe we'd be better off with an archaeological museum. We're more likely to theme it quickly. I don't mean we don't have anything to do with great artists, but we could take them and build art museums later. You try to make the Taj Mahal? Oh, that's true. We do have that slot available. It's a pretty good wonder, actually. But in 6 turns, we're going to want to... Yeah, let's do this, because we're going to want to build that harbor. We want the capital to be able to produce ships. We need the capital to be able to produce ships. Alright, we got to start saving up money for ship upgrades.
I don't underrate the value of military knowledge, but if men make...
Alright, somewhere around here, there's gotta be a new continent or something, right? I'm gonna, yeah, we gotta find a natural wonder, probably. We may already know where all of the world's continents are. Sometimes there are only 3. That's, like, fairly common.
those who in quarrels interpose must often wipe a bloody nose.
Okay, that's a good source of error score. So I think we have a little bit of time before the war starts, although she's making me a little nervous. She's making me very nervous. Declaration of friendship lasts 30 turns? I'm a little worried that we're going to get warred here. And I'm not ready. We might have to take a declaration of friendship, even though I don't really want one, just because we're not that far from being able to defend ourselves. Put some walls up. Well, hold on. All right, if we're doing this, we gotta do this. All right, a little bit, even more production for the capital. I'm pretty nervous here. If she declared on us right now, it would be disastrous. If she were to wait a couple of turns, you know, things could be okay for us. If we declare friendship, to take away her ability to declare war on us. Unfortunately, that means we're waiting way past our optimal window of surprise aggression. This is not ideal. You know what? It's been about an hour. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. I'm going to really think about this. So, thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to figure out whether we are friend or foe for the foreseeable future. And we'll see you then.